Road monkey like Fritos. Road monkey like Tab and Mountain Dew. Road monkey, very simple man with big warm fuzzy secret heart. Road monkey like you. Road monkey like you.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, the Meteor Raptor, and I'm finally back. So if you guys are wondering what's kept me so long, well, this is sort of my pre-mid-season break. So it's my mid-season break. And what I mean by that is I got exams pretty soon, so this will be the last review for this week and up until next Thursday. So I figured, you know what, I wanted to get one more review out because you guys deserve it. And I haven't done a review on here in a long while, and I want to get a review up. And if you guys hear any noises, I'm playing Overwatch because why not? This game is really fun, and I'm really enjoying playing with Togeborn, or as I call him, Toblerone. But yeah, if you guys want to see some awesome Overwatch action soon, and soon to come some awesome Watch Dogs 2 action, be sure to check out my new channel, The Digital Raptor. Yeah, I've actually started up a new channel where I'm going to be making gameplay videos. So far, there's only 2 videos up at the time of recording this there is, and tomorrow there will be another. But anyhow, I figured I saw a movie recently, and it passed my expectations and broke a stereotype. I saw a good video game movie. Yeah, let that sink in. There actually exists, to me at least, a good video game movie. And not a so bad it's good video game movie like, say, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Which, in all honesty, I kinda wish they would release on Blu-ray, because it was really bad, don't get me wrong. One of the worst things I've ever seen. But it was just so bad, it was unbelievably funny. You guys know what I'm saying? Wait, why can't I deploy a turret? Hang on. Oh, I just got... Okay, yeah, I hate when it does this. Whatever. Anyhow, so I saw a 2016 movie. It was actually the last film I saw last year, before New Year's, and it's Assassin's Creed. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm a massive fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise. I have played every single game, aside from 2, which were Revelations and Rogue. Revelations, I chose not to play after what I'd heard about it, and Rogue, I had a PS4 at the time it came out, and it was only on PS3, annoyingly, and I haven't downloaded it yet on the PS4. So, yeah. Just excuse me a moment. So yeah, when I heard there was going to be an Assassin's Creed movie, I found out quite a few years ago. In fact, one of the first videos I ever made was me essentially talking about an Assassin's Creed movie. How it was going to star Mark Wahlberg, and he was going to play Desmond Miles, and it was going to be with Altair, apparently. I could not have been more wrong. It does not star Mark Wahlberg, it stars Michael Fassbender. It is not about Altair, it's about a new guy named Augier. Or as I like to call him, Augie. Well, Augie at least. Yeah, and I didn't know what to think of it, and frankly, it's a good movie. It really is. Granted, it has some flaws, but that's what I'm here to talk about. What I think makes this movie work as well as it does is the writing of all things. See, they chose purposefully not to base this off any of the Assassin's Creed games. In fact, there's only a handful of things that connect to the games in any way. Such as, well, Abstergo is still the company, and the Animus is a new thing, and I'll get to that in a minute. But this doesn't have to do... And it's still the whole, you go into the memories of your ancestors and all that. But that's about it. Although, at the very end, this is sort of a spoiler, but you have to understand it in context, so telling you won't reveal too much. There's a scene at the end when the main character, he sees Augie, the guy, his ancestor, and then about 8 or 9 or maybe even 12 other assassins just kind of come out of nowhere, and they're all like hallucinations pretty much. But you can clearly see Ezio, Altair, Arno, Connor, Edward, Jacob, and Evie. Very clearly, or at least assassins who look like them. And that makes me think there might actually be sequels in the future where they will... Oh, did the game just freeze again? Yep. Come on. There might be sequels in the future where they will actually follow the games a bit closer. Fascinatingly, we are set in, I believe it was ancient Rome? What I could tell, it was either before, around the time, or before the first Assassin's Creed game. How do I know? Well, pretty simple, actually. You see, in Assassin's Creed, the hidden blade, you know, the very famous gauntlet, it used to be you'd have to actually lose a finger in order for it to work, because that's the way, that was the technology they had. It could work, but they had to give up, I believe it was either their middle finger or the finger beside the middle finger in order for it to work. And the opening scene of the movie is Augie getting one of his fingers chopped off and then receiving a hidden blade. So, and I think the timeline was like 14... I know it's around 1492. Why Christopher Columbus is in this movie, but I'm not going to spoil why. That would give away a lot. So we have Augie, and we have this other assassin, who I think her name was Eve or something. I think... Now, Evie was Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I don't know what the girl's name was. They didn't really say it. But we have a very interesting idea with the whole assassins. You know, they're looking for the Apple of Eden, and the Templars... Well, there's a guy who has it, and the Templars have his son, and so the assassins are on kind of a crazy, wild, wacky road trip to save the son, and stop the Templars, and ultimately learn an invaluable lesson about friendship, while murdering everyone who gets in their way. No, I'm not joking. They kill just about anyone. Granted, they don't kill innocents, because that actually is part of the creed. And, yeah. So, our characters are interesting. Our human characters are okay. The other assassins we meet in Abstergo, they aren't given much depth or much... It's kind of confusing as to what their deal is. But I like what they've actually done with Abstergo, is they've made them this big company that are still connected with the Templars and control everything. They actually say that they've tried controlling people through religion, and now they're trying it through government and science. But enough about that. Let's get to the problems with it. Since it is an adaptation, some people are not going to be satisfied with it. It's impossible to please everyone. And if you don't fully know Assassin's Creed that well, or even really at all, you're going to be very lost with this movie. Which, again, is something good about this movie. This movie is not really a film for people who haven't seen or played any of the Assassin's Creed games. This is a game for people who know Assassin's Creed, and that's great. Anyhow, as I said though, our characters, well, they have enough depth and personality to make them each kind of different, aside from the ones we meet in Abstergo, which I already talked about. Something interesting, though, I'm only going to talk about this for a second, because I only have like 7 minutes left on my battery, and I want to finish this review, is the fact that all the scenes where we're in ancient Spain, because this place takes place in a Spanish country, I don't really remember which one, and my cousin's going to be yelling at me, "It was this one, you idiot," 'cause she saw the movie with me once, then I saw it again. Every time the assassins talk, it actually is Spanish with English subtitles. That kind of attention to detail I thought was really cool and very welcome. Acting? We have Michael Fassbender in the lead role, and he's a pretty big name. He's done a great job in other movies. The only other film I really know him from was X-Men. I call it the prequel trilogy, so First Class, Days of Future Past, and Apocalypse. He did a fantastic job playing Magneto in all those movies, and he does an equally fantastic job playing, well... What was his name? Cal, I think his name was? Like Hal or something? I don't remember his name. But he does a great job playing the main character in this. He does a very convincing job on scenes when he has to be going insane or believes he's going insane because he's seeing things. And ultimately, the rest of the cast, they all gave a fantastic performance. There is really no bad actor in this entire movie. Then we get to the best part of the movie, which is the special effects. I could be here for days talking about the special effects, so I'm just going to put it this way. Pretty much, the costumes look fantastic. They make even the best cosplayers think, I wish I could do that. The sets look beautiful. The cinematography is wide and sweeping. There are scenes when we're following an eagle that is flying through our mountainside. It is some of the most beautiful cinematography I have seen in ages. The fight scenes are awesome and intense. The special effects for things like the hidden blade, all the very closely made details and little markings on it are all done with purpose. It feels like everyone who made this movie was giving 110% to everything in the movie. Whether it be sets, costumes, background details, really, like, it is all fantastic. And frankly, it's some of the best effects I've seen in a long time. Music? This was made by Jesper Kyd, who actually has done some Assassin's Creed music before, so really I think it goes without saying that he does a darn good job. Cinematography is again something which is fantastic about this movie, which I kind of touched on in effects. They go to painstaking detail to craft these beautiful looking shots and ideas for shots, and overall it's some of the best cinematography in a movie in a long time. So, when it comes down to it, can I recommend Assassin's Creed? Oh yeah. If you're a fan of the games, you gotta check it out. If you're getting into the games, check it out. As long as you understand like the base idea about the games, you'll have no problem with this movie. In fact, something I like is that this movie, while it is rather violent, it's rather low on blood. It only has a PG-13 rating. And unlike many other films with PG-13 ratings, which should have been rated higher or lower, this one actually feels like it deserves the PG-13 rating. So, my final score? This movie scores a solid 3.5 Raptor Claws out of 4. Only reason it doesn't score higher is simple. If they wanted to make it even better, they would have had to have made it so people who knew nothing about the game could join in. But, hey, you can't please everyone. But until next time, guys, this is the Meteor Raptor saying keep cool, and I will see all you dino dudes around. Later!